Hi, welcome to Group 4. We have a five member which Mr. Philip is the leader. Lê Trần Viết Huynh, Chu Việt Khang, Cù Thị Linh, and Lê Thị Mai Linh. Today we are here to present to you about the topic a study on problematic concerning sound and and courses by English major student at Spring University. And then this is the content with 5 NG. Cú Thị Linh. Now I'm going to present NT on reason for choosing this topic. When learning English, we often focus learning grammar and vocabulary. Although these two factors are extremely important, there is still another factor which are often placed us when communicating in English, which is still another factor in communication beside for language. The sound you make when you speak will direct affect the conversation. Wrong English pronunciation can lead to dangerous confusion. They react if they can understand you or if the pronunciation is too bad. And when you don't pronounce them well, they will think that the English sound bad. The sound and in English can be mentioned because the two sounds are quite difficult and complicated to pronounce compared to Vietnamese. I choose this topic with the desire to offer the best solution to help Vietnamese improve pronunciation when encountering word content and this sound.
Firstly, 30 participants were chosen to read a short paragraph. They were between the age of 18 to 22 years old from many different industries and had their different time to start studying. Their performance was recorded and the audio file was sent to the teacher. Then revised based on the peer. The mistake in pronouncing target sound were listed to categorize into different kind of problem. All this information was also illustrated in table and chart. Writing 1. According to the information that our team collected about the sound, 17 students mean over half of students are still weak in pronunciation. Meanwhile, nice speaker, 30% now of them sometimes mispronounce it, and 13.3% as for students have a good sound and accent. 10 students are often pronounced as the Vietnamese T. When this sound occurs that own three position in word initio, medito, final, the consonant was sometimes unrealized with the word truth, both. This is the most popular mistake with 18 speakers mistaken for the word though. Many mispronounce it with Z or T. Is word likely the student thought this word had the same the word though.
Um, my name is Ling, and now I will talking about finding two good sounding. According to the information that our team collected about the sound, 26.7% of students are still weak in pronunciation. The most prominent phenomenon was the substitution of Z for T. Over 20% of students produce Z almost wherever sound appeared in the passage. T was mispronounced D by a student. They, there in the passage. They had studied English for less than 10 years, which still leaves room for improvement. And 43% student pronunciation is better. Mainly matter is language pedagogy and talented pedagogy because they use English every day and they learn English almost 10 years and more than 10 years. Besides, 30% of students pronounce better than the others, mainly language pedagogy, talented language pedagogy because they using English every day and learning English is almost mainstream and their learning time is also earlier.
So that's the research about the mistake of the pronoun and sound, and these some reasons of mistaken. Firstly, the true English sound and do not exist in Vietnamese. Therefore, understandably, a lot of learners produce the Vietnamese sounds that seem similar to these foreign consonants. Secondly, it was also the habit of Vietnamese people to release consonants. This could be seen in evidence for influence of Vietnamese, the mother tongue of some speakers' pronunciation. Uh, thirdly, thirdly, t is on voice sound, meaning only air pass through the mouth. Meanwhile, is voice sound, meaning you make a sound with the vocal cords. Many students don't know this one, so they have a mistake when they pronounce unvoiced words. And finals, z is often the substitute to z because of the same feature concerning voicing and manners of articulation.
So for the solution to improve the pronunciation of the t and sound, we have some tips for the students so that practice listening and speaking, and they should record video of themselves speaking to check if there any error in their pronunciation and improve it. And for the teacher, they should just teach and emphasize the confusing word for the student and show pronunciation video of native speaker and use many different teaching methods. And for the pronunciation itself, the tip for improvement is quite simple. So for both t and sound, we have to open our mouth slightly, open flat, and the tip of the tongue should touch the upper teeth and stick out slightly. But for the sound, because it's a voiceless consonant, we will not vibrate the local cord and push the air out through the contact between the tongue and the upper teeth. To check if we pronounce it correctly, we use a piece of paper and place it in front of our mouth. Then we will use the other hand and place it on the neck. If we pronounce correctly, we will see the paper fly out, but the hand will not feel any vibration in the neck. For the sound, because it's a voice consonant, so we will vibrate the vocal cord to create sound but retain air. The air trap at the contact between the tongue and the upper teeth create a vibration in the middle of the upper tongue. To check if we pronounce this correctly, we will use a piece of paper and place it in front of our mouth. Then we will use the other hand and place it on the neck. If we pronounce correctly, we will see that the paper does not fly, but this hand feels the vibration in the neck.
Uh, so with all the research and how we have some solution for the mistaken, and that is the record of 30 particles before and after have a solution. As you can see in the table, The percentage of students with correct pronunciations has clearly increased after being taught how to correct some mispronunciation. Before, 56.7% of students mispronounce the sound. Then, after being guided, the number of students mispronouncing the sound has decreased is 43.3%. It, it can be seen that up to 20.3% of students pronounce like a native. This shows as long as the instruct to read the right way, student can fix that mispronounce quickly. With the sound, previously over half of students mispronounced the sound. However, after research survey and correct pronunciation instruction, the number of students with incorrect pronunciation was less. Um, for 50% of students pronounce well, and silence accounts for 26.7%, and mispronounced part only 23.3 as 7 students. This shows as long as are instructed to read in the right way, the sound will no longer to be a difficult sound for students to pronounce. At the end, we cannot complete this studies without reference. Thank you for professor who agreed to let us use the materials. And special thanks to Mr. Tân Minh Lê because of having us during this project. And that's the end of our presentation. Thanks for listening.